Okay, so welcome to the second part of my sketchbooks. That's another picture made in Prague. I do love old trains and old trams generally, especially older ones. And Prague has the most fantastic tram system. It took about 3 or 4 trams to go past before I'd completed the tram. The first was a number 23, that's what I went with. And then sketched in some figures and then put the details. Buildings last because they don't move about a lot, hopefully. The Charles Bridge from the roadway by the side. Still in Prague. Again, took several goes to wait. I waited about an hour for 3 or 4 of these to go past, enough for me to complete the sketch. Now, one of Prague's landmarks is this, the astronomical clock on the side of the town hall in the old square. And that's St. Nicholas Church. I showed you in the distance in the last video. Very, very pleased with that sketch. If you wander around the Prague Old Town, it's kind of like walking through a 3D architectural textbook. You'll just come across buildings which they're nothing special, there's no great significance to them, but they just look really, really nice and inspiring. This was one. And that's Prague. Now this is a Welsh town called Brecon. I like Brecon. It still follows, many of its streets will follow the medieval street plan, even though the oldest buildings are for the most part Georgian, I would say. I did a couple there. These simple line drawings are from St. Fagan's Museum of Welsh Life just outside Cardiff. Dave, why is your book all split up, all cut? Well, I did some commissions in this book and I cut them out. So that's where it is. There you are, just a simple ordinary house in Port Talbot. Oh, now Cardiff. I've got a few scenes from Cardiff here, which I really like because I think I've just started to learn the value really of putting figures in there. Again, as with the Prague pictures, they weren't all frozen in a moment. You know, this one wasn't here at the same time as this one, and this group here weren't all there together. But if you just, just sit and watch and wait and then go like the clappers to get the outline in, you can do the silhouetting afterwards. Okay, so similar thing here, except this was a shopping street. Again, lots of time and patience with the figures. Get the figures in first in the kind of order that you want, and then sketch the buildings in. Moving on. Brecon again. Really like that. If you look at that, if that's not the kind of street scene which gets your juices flowing, you and I probably don't understand each other very well. And this is Cardiff again. That's actually my son-in-law-to-be and one of my daughters there. I sketched them in first, filled the other silhouettes in, and then took my time to put the buildings in. Craddock Arms, I actually did this one on a tutorial. You can sketch to number 2 and number 3, I think. Okay, moving more up to date now. Another Brecon picture, another Brecon street scene. Port Talbot again. Station Road street scene. I did this one. This is a tutorial. I think it's you can sketch 2, 4 and 5. beautiful Welsh village on the coast called Larne, which was actually at different times home to Dylan Thomas, Wales's most famous 20th century poet. And this was his boathouse, which is possibly the biggest tourist attraction in Larne. Also, just sketched this lane. There's nothing special about that as a lane. I just really, really liked it. And I could see how I was going to draw it just looking down it. So very, very recent pictures now. Now in my tutorial about putting figures into your sketches, this was the one which I actually drew. So that's, oh gosh, 7, 8 and 9, not sure. But if you check my channel, you'll be able to find that. And these are all done in the last few days because it struck me that I'm only doing the striking or particularly, you know, magisterial, monumental or pretty buildings of Port Talbot. And we have got some, but that's not the whole story. So this is actually one of my favourite bridges in Port Talbot. I like bridges, got a thing about bridges. And also in the background, lightly, you can see the steelworks there as well. Moving on. These 3 cranes are actually a well-known Port Talbot landmark, and what they're doing there, they've either unloaded or they're about going to load the ore ship there. And this is all the docks and the River Avon. Couldn't resist putting the little figure there, walking her dog. Again, steelworks in the background there, but this is the promenade of the beach, just starting to curve round. And I put the figures in bikes in, partly because they were there, but also because it is a great place to cycle. It's been a while since I did any cycling, but I really used to enjoy it. Right then, line and wash. Now that's the same, almost exactly the same place where I painted the cyclist, but just seen from the other direction. A more successful line and wash than I'd done previously, I think. This one, another different kind of line and wash where, you know, I really wanted this particular building. It's Art Deco, is it? I think it's probably from the 30s or late 20s. I really wanted that to stand out, which is why I've used these blue tones and just the odd splashes of other colours in everything else on the page. And finally, last but not least, boats on the River Avon, which is just down from where the ore ship is. And that's my current sketchbook, but I do have a larger one as well. Normally I prefer the smaller sketchbook, but I have done a few pictures in this larger one. Let me just check you can see that okay. Yeah, that's fine. So if I open that, here we are, typical. That's the Charles Bridge. It was incredibly cold when I was in Prague, and after about the 10-15 minutes it took to make this sketch, my hands were absolutely numb and I couldn't add any more to it, so I didn't. Now this is just off Wenceslas Square in the middle of Prague. It's 2 old trams which have just been parked there in the middle of the square, and they're a cafe. And I sat down, had a cup of coffee at an exorbitant price, I might add, just so I could actually sketch the cafe there. And I really like that. And then the last sketch I made in Prague, just off Wenceslas Square, there's a market with some benches, a street market, and I was sitting at right angles to the church. So I just swiveled my body round, and just to catch my breath back, I spent about 15 minutes or so and made this sketch. And then my last in my big book, you can urban sketch anywhere. This is actually my back garden, and I made it last week on an afternoon when I was babysitting my grandson. He never stays still long enough or in the same position for me to sketch him, so that's why he's not there, although his football actually is. So that's it. You now have seen all of my sketches, and the next video I make will be another tutorial, so hopefully see you there. Bye.